think we are live.
Yes.
Yeah, we are live now. So thank you, Nilanjana ji, for good evening for joining Let's Talk. Here, as you know, every Sunday at 7 p.m. we are having Let's Talk, where we discuss with many parents, professionals about their journey and seek advices from them also. So today our guest is Nilanjana Rambottu or R. Niludi, whom we know as
Absolutely.
so Niludi is the founder and director of Sunshine Autism Center in Kolkata, and she is a super mom. So she will let us know about parents training and why training is important and all. And she is what I will say. Uh, a closed member of Awam. So, Niludi, before starting about parents training and all, I just want to know about your journey. Will you share us something
Before
about like
before I
how
go
it
into my
started?
journey, let's welcome our another guest today, man. Right? He is bridging the gaps between us. I
Yeah.
think we should introduce Nayan first, then rather than my journey, isn't it, Monisha?
Yeah, so thanks,
So let
Nilanjana,
me
for
introduce
pointing it
Nayan.
out.
Let me introduce Nayan. Let me have the honor of introducing Nayan. See, whatever we are doing, I think for not only for Manisha, but for this Awam also, he is an integral part who always in the shadow helps us out. I mean, initially it was Manisha who was taking the benefit, even I am taking the benefit now. And how calmly he helps us out. So we have to give him this credit. So, Nayan, over to you, then I'll talk about myself.
Thank you, Nilanjana. Okay, for the viewers, I think very rightly, as Nilanjana said, that I have been always at the background and working out things for Awam, primarily because that is one of our motives, and we share a common vision, both Nilanjana and ourselves. We believe in empowering parents. Apart from this, we also see that if there's any opportunity wherein parents can benefit and also kids can get benefited by that, we do not hesitate to go ahead and indulge ourselves and try making those things available for all the people around, in and around us, within our fraternity of the autism community. uh, Having said this, this has been quite some journey for Awam. I think we started almost 1.5, almost 2 years back. Until now, we are striving all alone. And we are just two of us, Manisha and myself. But we get together and we collaborate with people just like Nilanjana and with other educators. And we try, providing the best for the parents. And trust me, with my association with Nilanjana, I think she is one of the finest educators that I have come across. Versatile in knowledge, abundance with examples, and immense experience. Not only because she's a postgraduate in psychology and in English. I mean, communication-wise, she is absolutely crisp with a tinge of humor. So welcome Nilanjana to the show. And as Manisha said, we would have a nice time talking on Let's Talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Niludi,
So
we just
my
want to know.
journey,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, my journey is a very simple journey of a mother, who changed her track to understand disability just for her son. Though I was a graduate, I had qualification, but I joined family business, you know. But when I have two children, my daughter being elder, and when it came to my son and getting his diagnostic paper in my hand, I think that upturned the entire perspective of my life. And I thought from the day go, I think I cried for 2 days, non-stop. Non-stop, I cried. And just I wiped my eyes and said, no, crying cannot be the solution. I have to find the solution. I started studying again. And thankfully, though it took me 1 year to find the correct institute, okay, so I wasted, in a way I wasted. Why I wasted, there was no resource. There was no one to guide me. There was no one to tell me what I am supposed to do. Everybody has their own version. Somebody was coming with something or the other, and as Monisha and me had a fun time at some place, blasting people. So that made me think that whatever I do, I'll make sure that parents should have resources at their own disposal. So when I started getting parent training under Indranidhi, believe me, that was the starting point. The program where parents are involved is a changeover. So in my mind, I had decided that day, whatever I do, it will be always to empower the parent first. So I started learning from Nick. I used to bother everyone, teach me, I want to learn, give me hands-on training. I think 3 months, 6 months course was done for a year for me. I was that desperate to learn, And then one fine day, definitely she motivated me to open Sunshine. So that was again a very big journey. In 2012, I opened Sunshine. And I make a priority that parent training should be must. I don't take children until and unless parent takes parent training. I don't care, or I don't mind if the parent, a lot of parents feel very bothered. I'm not that educated. I am monetary way. I said, nothing doing. It's me, I'm there. If you have financial problem, I'll try to solve. If you have, hands-on training, I'll solve. I am there. I won't leave you unless you learn. So that was my starting point. But then I never understood really the impact of it, which I understand now in this pandemic. And I saw down the line, Monisha and Nayan, you both agreed to that. That's why you have joined this. That most of the parents, because they don't know where to find the resource, they're duped.
Yeah.
Very true.
And I remember one thing, one day Monisha calls me early in the morning, Didi, I want to do this thing. What should I do? I said, open a school for yourself, which I'm not qualified. I don't know, you don't need a qualification. You have one best qualification. You're a parent. As a parent, what you will understand.
As I always said, Dee, that you are the inspiration for me to start Awam also, because it was not in my mind that I will start anything like parental organization or anything. But yes, we are doing a lot of things. And when I discussed this thing with you during our that meeting, which we will not disclose here, so at that time you were the one who told me that no, why you are doing like this? You do an organization, then only something will happen. You will help a lot of people. And yes, we have seen that yes, by doing this, many people, we have touched many people's heart and all. And many people have joined Awam also regarding for parents training, for other training, and lots of things. So basically, I also know that yes, parents training is must, because if as you know, the famous saying of Napoleon Bonaparte, which I always quote, that give me a good mother, I will give you a good country. So a mother needs to be trained. A mother, if mother is trained, we all know that mother instinct works, mother works according to the child's level and all. But if on the top of it, we will give training also to the mother, then the child will, definitely the child will develop a lot, right?
So,
that's why,
Nilanjana, just
Absolutely.
wanted to find out, in the interest of time,
Yes.
how exactly did you choose which training to go in for? And I mean, I'm sure
You,
at your time there would have been several choices, right? Understanding
yes,
which
yes.
choice to make and which would be beneficial. How did you actually, short it down and then take forward the particular course which you got enrolled and got trained on?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know one thing I never talked about. I mean, you asked me, it refreshes my memory. I got scholarship from Massachusetts to go and study there.
wow.
Oh,
I
great,
got scholarship
great.
because, but then, that mother tinge, I can't leave my son and go.
Correct.
So I see studying was a passion of me. I love to study, and Nayan, how I study. By Monisha also knows. But that time I had to make a very big decision because I had two children. Okay, so I was not able to come to this end that should I accept the scholarship or not, because I just couldn't make my mind and go. So I was very upset. So Indranidhi told me, why you are upset? I told her, she knew everything. I think I tell her everything. So she said, don't worry, I am bringing RCI course. I said, the first name should be mine. But when I did RCI course, the tragedy is, I think what I know about autism is absolutely from training from Indranidhi.
Okay, so
I
I
mean,
mean,
in RCI,
you
there was
actually,
nothing I could learn. In fact, in this whole 2 period juncture, what I really understood about that only, 30 to 40% of it is what parents need. And I thought, why not teach this to parents? Why do the regular course? See, doing regular course is quite tough. Going every day from 9 to 5, and expenditure is a different thing. You have to leave your child and go from 9 to 5. But I think our course structure is very simple. Week may 2 bar with 1 hour. Even that is adjustable. We adjust, isn't it? And it's a
Yes.
6 months course.
Yeah.
Total
sure.
48 class. In 48 class, what you are doing is a customized course of RCI. You go on RCI website and you see all the courses are from there. And the plus point of this, what I learned in ABA, I have also structured that into it. So
Mhm,
parents can learn the ABLES part also.
mhm.
Now, some may argue that this cannot be done with a, but I am a certified person. I can do it. And secondly, for parents, if they learn the syllabus to help themselves and help 10 people more, it's not for commercial use. We are not teaching parents to commercialize it. We are teaching parents to empower them,
Correct.
how to make a lesson plan, how to understand the psychology of a child. I think I give lot of stories on that, isn't it, Nayan and
Correct.
Monisha?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct. Also, I mean, good that you pointed out another one of my, I think, icons. I really look up to Indrani ma'am. So if Indrani ma'am, you're seeing this, episode of Let's Talk, a
Yeah.
very good evening, and hope you're doing well out there in Calcutta. It's been quite some time since we last met. So when I actually, so why I want to touch base on this particular aspect is Nilanjana, because when she actually visited us and when we started talking out here, we primarily wanted her to speak on kids attaining teens and puberty. That's where I started my interaction with Indrani ma'am, and the amount of knowledge and the amount of immense knowledge I would say that she possesses. I was awestruck. Trust me. Now, having said that, you touched based on a very very sensitive topic, saying that we as mothers or as parents, if we understand that this is working out and this is put where you are certified and you know what you are doing because you've already done those courses and you're putting it and you are helping parents, I'm sure it is better than going ahead and visiting 4 doctors together and then coming and getting nothing out of it. I'm sure there are lots of parents who would agree with me, because we all go to therapists. If we don't
Absolutely.
like, we change therapists. Instead of
Absolutely.
that, why not spend the same amount and energy of going ahead and teaching your own kid by your own self? Because
Absolutely.
no one understands your kid better than yourself. So
Absolutely.
that is one of the very, very nice points that you touched
Absolutely.
based on.
There is one thing to add over here, though it's about me. I had lot of reservation for homeschooling. I think Monisha knows this. I had lot of reservation for homeschooling because homeschooling can be very good where parents are 100% involved. See, I believe parents are the best interface for a child and the world. But there is a glitch. The glitch is socialization. Our
Yes.
children need socialization. So regarding that, I had this thing, if that is there, then somewhere we are ostracizing our children from being social with others. How will they learn social skill? But during this pandemic, I learned something that because parents are involved in imparting the therapy, they don't have understanding. It was very difficult to help the child because the child wouldn't be sitting in front of this screen.
Correct.
90% children on spectrum wouldn't be sitting in front of the screen. How do we monitor? Okay, so regarding that, I started online and then I understood the parents who had been in touch with me and they had done the course of parent training, they were more receptive. No, they could exactly understand what I'm asking them to do. Then the parents who have not done it, so that gave me this idea. Okay, fine. Then after starting this teaching course, Monisha, I remember she called me, Didi, आप ये क्या कर रहे हो? मुझे समझाओ. मैंने कहा, this is what I'm doing. Didi, I want to do with you. I was so happy. I was so happy that I could, you people are also in the league doing a lot of things, and suddenly you thought this is important. And from there, we are into third batch, then we'll be going into fourth batch. And I think
Yeah.
Monisha, Nayan, and me realized one more thing, that this long-term program also can be, little tied up. So we are coming with a very short-term program also. I think
Yes.
that's why men put history of lesson plan. But it's just not a lesson plan. It's a part of teaching technique. Lesson plan is a part of a teaching technique, but we think small skills we can teach parents at my online class. Like Monisha came up with a summer camp concept. So I was already doing it. We are thinking of collaborating that. I think this small concept of teaching is something which is going to work out. Because see, parents cannot take it whole. So if we can give in parts, I think that's the beauty of the whole thing, right?
Yes.
Am I
And
right, Monisha?
also, I think, Nilanjana, when we break it down in parts, it is easier for kids to understand. There is a receptiveness. Also, there is a flexibility. Parents can pick up whenever they want, and it
Absolutely.
stays. So the best part is that whatever we are teaching them in parts, they are taking it up, and then in the longer run, yes, it is a holistic approach. However, we are doing it at the convenience of the kid and the convenience of the parents.
Absolutely. Monisha was saying something. Yes, Monisha.
Yeah, no, actually, Didi, I was telling that when it all started, like you said, like always, Awam has propagated, and always you know that we have propagated that uh, parents awareness, parents training is must. So
Absolutely.
parents should know what all the things the parents need to do, like how to, like as the discussion has been started regarding online classes. So let me add something here. Like in the initial part when we started online classes also, many have said that मेरा बच्चा तो बैठता नहीं है, मेरे बच्चे तो लैपटॉप के पास नहीं बैठेगा, कैसे आप कराओगे, what how you will implement, how you will do the thing. So this all comes with imitation. Okay, so how you will start the child to do imitation and do the things. So this all comes under parents training. So if you are able to make your child imitate properly, then he can imitate from whoever is there, the either the therapist or the instructor,
Absolutely.
whoever is there in the other side of the laptop. He can able to do, and he can able to sit down also.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I have seen as this pandemic is continuing, and we don't know how long it will continue. So from last 1 year itself, so we have started lots of classes like physical
Yeah, I
activity
know.
classes and many classes. So initially, kids are not cooperating. Yes, because the parental guidance, parental help is needed. Because at that time, many parents will
Absolutely.
say, "Yeah, हमारा बच्चा तो नहीं करेगा, फिर कैसे बैठेगा?" Because parents' involvement is needed at that time. But after that,
Absolutely.
when the child is good in imitation, then it almost fades away, and the child is cooperating. Here, my thing is like you said, you have customized RCI syllabus. Okay. So many parents have the question like, are we getting RCI certificate? Because so to make it clear, you are the best person who will clear that what exactly we need to do in RCI certificate and what is exactly is the RCI syllabus.
RCI syllabus is a regular course which is done through DEd, Diploma in Education, and one is Bachelor of Education. This is the two parameters of doing RCI course. Okay. Now in RCI course, you have to do regular course. It's good. If you are thinking to commercialize your learning, you want to do some teacher's job or do anything where you need to earn money, then go for it. Then do the regular course. But if it's to empower yourself, then that course means nothing actually. Because tell me, when you're teaching your child on Spectrum, what do you want to know about? You can go in RCI website. You can see what are the syllabus. I just picked up psychological part. I picked up the disability part because regarding disability, what are the definitions? What are actually about autism, the code deficit, everything is there. You need to understand psychology. If you don't understand the cognitive development, you don't understand the language development, emotional, you really can't help your child. I think Nayan sits through the class, he'll be telling me in a better way. So once they understand the psychological part, then I start with lesson planning. How to plan lesson, what are the teaching technique, what are the learning principles, what are the things you have to know. Then I come to ABA part, how to understand functional assessment, how to understand behavior modulation. And then I come to little bit, because I'm not an OT, so I just give information about occupational therapy and sensory integration. And then we work out on school readiness. What are the things you need to do in school readiness? And there I sit with ABLES, skill parameters, I teach them, that's it. A very compromised thing. But it is as good as what you do in RCI. Believe me, you just need to be there to understand that. But then I thought that this is also a challenging, so I have it's about lesson planning, okay, but it's not about skill training. Skill training is different. Skill training is rather hands-on. Now coming to your first point is how I do the online class where a child won't be sitting. See, first thing, I don't allow the parents to force a child. So what do? I have divided the time. In that time, I suppose I know a child, how much time a child will give? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? If I extend 15 minutes, minimum 10 minutes. Itna time to hamare bacche humko denge. So what I do, in that 10 minutes frame, I do the activity. उसके बाद राइम्स छोड़ देते हैं, थोड़ा शाहरुख खान का गाना भी गा देते हैं. क्या बोरिंग बोरिंग गाना सुनेंगे, थोड़ा शाहरुख खान सुनेंगे, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, थोड़ा सलमान खान सुनेंगे, डिंका चिका, they love it. I don't know why, but because of animation, I think so. So when they hear that, अरे उनको तो लगता है क्लास के बीच में ये भी हो रहा है, they give attention. And then again I do the activity, again little bit and small, खत्म. तो मॉर्निंग में उन्हें पता है मम्मी अगर शाम को खींच के ले जाएगी तो कुछ interesting जरूर होगा. So evening they sit and then I teach the skills. Now if the child wants to go away, I ask the parents to go away. I teach every evening 2 skills, just 2 skills. In that skill, I ask them, you have a time period, because each day it's a different skill, not the same skill. So you give me video. You give me video of the child, else time when you're working out. Now, I need to see the child, right? So in a video, somebody else is doing the video, mother is comfortable, is sitting with the child. So outcome is much more better. And parent also, when see the big thing about parent is when they get the outcome, they're very motivated and very happy. बहुत अच्छा लगता है उनको जब उनको आउटकम मिलता है, क्योंकि अगर आउटकम नहीं मिलता है, they get demotivated.
Exactly.
And of course, there is another intervention class also on the same procedure we do. That is weekly once. I give 15 to 20 minutes to a parent. जो भी query है, answer है, जो भी skill, extra skills क्या सिखा सकते हो, because functional academy is also very important, right? So that particular one-to-one is about intervention. So I don't pressurize a parent to come and force your child to sit. I don't. You video and send it to me. Every day I constantly monitor children. You can ask my parents. I do that. So online had been so rewarding for me and my parents. I'm so happy that I could think of it. You know, which I don't think I would have ever bothered to do before the pandemic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Deep, because we all are in a different situation now, and this pandemic has created new doors, new windows for us. But the same thing I just want to add here, that instead of going, yes, what you said, like if they want to be special educator, if they want to earn money, if they want to do a lot of things, then they could go, but a parent need to be trained. So for this,
Yes.
parents training, they either with you, or there are many other organizations also who are providing parents training. So basically today's the thing is, a parent need to be trained so that the parent will guide as well as make a good development of their child, right?
एक और चीज ऐड करना है मनीषा,
Yeah, yeah, Deep.
जो हम लोगों को हम तीनों को बहुत डिफरेंट करता है. हम लोग बहुत कम पैसा लेते हैं, because we know most of the parents won't be able to afford it.
Yeah.
So we are keeping that also in mind, that whatever we are charging for resources. You both know how much I've slogged for the notes I provide. You won't find it anywhere.
Also, I think, Nilanjana, there's one thing that I really wanted to also touch base is that, you know, even if we're talking about any kind of parent empowering program, okay, we are not saying that what we are doing is the best, everybody come and join. No, for all parents, I mean, whoever is listening to this series or this chat show, please understand that we are emphasizing on the need of parents getting trained. You can get it done anywhere. I mean, if there's a known person
Absolutely.
right next to you in your building, in your apartment, or maybe through your friends, you've come to know that they are providing, please empower yourself. Because till the time you get empowered, it would be extremely difficult to understand your kid properly, and hence whatever results you're expecting actually would not be visible because you're not understanding your kid and the approach is missing. So utilize the skills that are available of people who are, you know, certified and they are rendering these services. Please utilize those, empower yourselves, and then please, I mean, we would urge you to go ahead and intervene with your kid for the same to see the best results.
Absolutely. You know, if you empower yourself, it's just not this disability field. It is in regard of everything. You know, you make a difference in your lifestyle too. And because of our children, we need to change the shift in this lifestyle.
Yes.
But how to shift if you don't have an understanding? Isn't
That's
it?
true. That's true. That's completely that first, as you said, we first of all we need to understand our child. Because understand their brain, understand our child necessity, understand our child needs, and how we need to work along with our child. So for that,
Absolutely.
we need to know, we need to grab the knowledge, because until and unless, yes, we are depending upon therapists and all, because the therapist, ka to, like in this pandemic, you all know, you cannot call anyone, or you cannot go to the therapy center, or they cannot come here to help you, but they are online. So for this online also, you need to be trained. So that, and
Absolutely.
one more thing I
Absolutely.
here want to add, the because in generally in our parents forum and everywhere, we generally never ask a therapist about their knowledge or about their certification, like which I
Absolutely.
have found a lot of cases. Like one of my own cases, like one person has came for Shan, and he said that I am autism specialist. So I said, okay, bhaiya, kya hai ye autism specialist? Then he has done a 3 months course, and now he is autism specialist. So for this, I just request parents, please go through this. Don't go like the Niludi has told earlier, that we parents got duped everywhere. So don't fall in this trap, that autism specialist or a person who is overall, he knows everything. He knows psychology. He knows like occupational therapy, speech therapy, special educator. He is the autism specialist. So don't go for that.
Yeah, this is a very big problem. I think, Monisha, you brought up a very good thinking. Another reason why I started this empowering program of parents is because I find in this field, everybody is everything. An OT is a speech therapist, he's
Ah,
special educator. Everybody is everything. Now the parents are totally confused.
yeah.
ठीक है, तो एटलीस्ट किसका क्या डिवीजन है, अगर ये हम सेपरेट सेग्रीगेटेड वे में एक पेरेंट समझ ना सीखे, देन कोई उल्लू नहीं बना सकेगा. नहीं, हमारे फील्ड में उल्लू बनाने वाले बहुत हैं.
Yeah.
That is again because I started this thing, and a lot of people are actually wishing you happy birthday.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Though it's belated.
Thank you.
और मेरे पढ़ाने का फायदा एक ऐसे हुआ, स्कीमा इज अ बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स ऑफ नॉलेज, वो नयन को समझ में आ गया.
That's the good part, because
And when parents are giving exam, Monisha, you should see him smiling and laughing when they are prepared for giving exam. I mean, I think I'm enjoying too, parents getting exam.
No, I mean, parents get a chance to relive the moment that they have lost quite some time back, probably from
Absolutely.
school days or college days. So I can
Absolutely.
see the anxiety within them. Their fear, okay, the questions they start asking. So probably when the learning goes, everybody is quiet. But only when the examination comes, actually, that is when everybody starts asking, and you really come to know that
And
yes,
and they were not prepared also.
and they're
They
not
thought
prepared.
it's without. It's a proper way of a course, Monisha. What about my teaching is you have to give first half examination, and final is
Yes.
quite tough. Even you have to give practicals. My course is not simple that you are sitting in home and doing it in easy way. You have to work hard. I think Nayan will describe this more better way how hard it is.
Yeah. No, I
Believe
mean,
me.
if you look at it also, Nilanjana, for all the parents who've been enrolling with us, prior to the enrollment, we've shared the entire curriculum, we've shared the entire pamphlet containing the entire details, the modules, the topics, the course content, and everything. So we've been extremely transparent with our approach, and we've also ensured that parents can go ahead and ask any questions on any forum as to what is this for, who is it, what is happening, how are you guys doing it, and we are open to it, okay, because we are not doing something that is hidden.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is
Absolutely.
all open. Parents can come in. If you all are interested, please pick up the course, empower yourself, and see the difference. And that is all that we want. you will see a vast, stark difference once you enroll yourself and then you go through these empowering programs. So that's all that I have in my kitty.
And you'll have a good laugh at parents giving exam.
Oh my God.
But thank you so much,
Another
Nidhi, for sharing this brief that how parents empowering program is important and what exactly we are doing in parents empowering program, so that many parents who have the doubt like RCI syllabus and RCI certificate, they should know that first we are here to train parents. We are not giving RCI certificate. So for RCI certificate, you need to go for a 2 years
Absolutely.
long duration
Absolutely.
regular course. Then you can become a special educator. So this is
Absolutely.
for parents empowering, as Awam is for autism awareness with Autism Mom.
Absolutely.
Our main focus is to create awareness. And thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Yudi, for giving us time and sharing this lovely thing with all the parents. It might
Two
help
things
a
to it.
lot of parents.
Yeah. Two things to it. I think, like when I heard that certain misconception is floating, I realized one thing. The problem is most of the parents want magic. They want
Yeah.
fast track something.
Yeah.
It isn't fast track something. You cannot fast track anything. Nothing is on fast forward.
Yeah.
If it's
very
to
nice.
your knowledge, you have to slog for it.
Yeah.
You have to slog for it.
Yes.
And definitely you benefit from it. Secondly, what I love about Nayan and Monisha, especially Nayan, I'll give this credit to you. Monisha, please, he's like my, now mentor also. So I'll give him this credit. He explains, I mean, whatever time a parent takes, he allows them and he explains them. I wouldn't have been doing so. Frankly, I don't have that much patience.
Also, Nilanjana, just to add on to what you're saying, I think when we're talking about, instant magic, we are all in A.K. Rowling's world, right? Probably looking at
Harry Potter Magic Wand.
Harry Potter Magic Wand. Yeah, exactly. But the fact is that, our kids, they remember very fast. They are visual learners, agreed. Okay. But they also unlearn very fast. Okay. So that is what very few people fail to understand, that they pick up very fast, they unlearn very fast. The key is retention. Now, if they are not able to retain it, that is where the issue comes. So first, the techniques that are involved would be there for retention. Second, the part that where we are involved is telling them the methods and the approaches that they can go ahead and incorporate so that the kid understands it in a better. Rote memory, everybody can learn and keep it for some time. Okay. But then that doesn't actually help, because when the concept is supposed to be applied, that is when the kid actually falls behind. And it is very, very much evident, because you can understand from rote memory to a concept-driven approach.
Absolutely.
If a kid is conceptualized and he can understand, you can throw him to any situation, okay, and they can answer that question. But if it is rote memory, they will look and then they will be blank. That is where you need to understand that, okay, this is where I need to work. So these are a couple of things which parents need to ask themselves, understand, and then take it forward.
See, the maximum amount of program we had attended, I don't know you remember or not, in these 2 years, forget about it. But before that,
yes,
so much medical jargon and so much, so parent used to get confused. ये हो क्या रहा है? सीधी सी बात है, हमारी तरह ही है हमारे बच्चे, alien नहीं है.
Exactly.
It's a skill deviation problem. You just make little effort of understanding. बच्चा रो रहा है मतलब okay fine ये हो गया. अरे भाई communicate कर रहा है. If you understand the simple modality of the behavior, आपसे problem शुरू हो solve हो जाएगा. दूसरा है हम लोग स्टीमिंग लेकर बहुत बॉदर्ड होते हैं. एवरीवेयर आई गो मैम हैंड फ्लैपिंग होता है, अपने आप को ऐसे करता है. अरे भाई पहले सोचो, इसको दवाई दे के ठीक करने वाली बात नहीं है, इसको अंडरस्टैंड करने वाली बात है. Until as you understand the problem, sometimes I believe the parents' aspiration is an irritant also. I don't know, it's my belief. And I've
No,
seen parents
it's not that
खुद anxiety में है,
it's not that
you know, खुद
kids
anxiety.
do not do stimming. Okay, biting of nails, flapping of legs. So there are so many things that that they do a lot of things which is there and which is actually stimming. But then since it is accepted in the society or by everyone, because everyone at some point or the other is doing it, so it is acceptable. Only doing or flapping hands is not acceptable by the society. That is why it is considered as stimming. And they have termed
Everything
it.
about our children are at order's end.
Yeah, so there are so many things that we can discuss more. Anyway, instead of taking so much time, thank you so much, Nilanjana, once again on behalf of our,
Absolutely.
and thank you so much
Absolutely.
for your efforts that you're putting in for online teaching techniques. I'm sure
Absolutely.
there are a lot of other module courses that you're offering from Sunshine as well. So all the people who are there getting in touch with you, people who have yet to get in touch, okay, please do reach out to Nilanjana. That would
Absolutely.
be really great. And please feel free for all parents, empower yourself and keep learning.
Yeah, all my programs are to empower parents. It's not for professional ground. Any parent is welcome. Don't think about language problem. I try to speak in 3 language. So I try to Bengali, Hindi, English. I try to speak in 3 languages. थोड़ा पंजाबी भी आ जाता है, कभी कभी तेलुगु का 2 वर्ड आ जाएगा, चलेगा. Because what we want to do is our earnestness in making parents empowered. That's it. And I hope Awam keeps in touch with me, and then,
Yeah,
as
sure.
ever, you bridge the gap.
Yeah, sure. I will, definitely. Thanks so much, Nilanjana. You have a nice day. Take care and enjoy
Absolutely.
the rest of Sunday that is left, the little part of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Now
so
it's
much.
purely family time.
I